Here comes Hewy, gonna give you the news. Time to watch his animated movie reviews, whether hand-drawn, CGI, puppets or clay. If you've got a good story, you'll be making his day. See you at the movies, cartoon movies. See you at the movies, hold on to. See you at the movies, like nobody's biz. Hey, see you at the movies, animated movies that is.
Hey everyone, I'm Hewy Toonmore. Welcome to Hewy's Animated Movie Reviews, the show where I review animated films from old or recent, whether they be hand-drawn, stop-motion, or computer-generated. You know, there are a lot of famous European comic characters that have become beloved here in the States. France has Asterix the Gaul and Babar, England has Rupert, Belgium has the Smurfs, and our subject for today, Tintin.
The Adventures of Tintin is a series of comic books created by Belgian artist Georges Remy, who also wrote under the pen name of Herge. The series is one of the most popular European comics of the 20th century, with translations published in more than 50 languages and more than 200 million copies of the book sold to date. Set during a largely realistic 20th century, the hero of the series is Tintin, a young Belgian reporter. He is aided in his adventures by his faithful fox terrier dog Snowy. Later, popular additions to the cast include the brash and cynical Captain Haddock, the highly intelligent but hearing-impaired Professor Calculus, and other supporting characters such as the incompetent detectives Thompson and Thompson. Herge himself features in several of the comics as a background character, as do his assistants in some instances. The comic strip series has long been admired for its clean, expressive drawings in Herge's signature ligne claire style. Its engaging, well-researched plots straddle a variety of genres, swashbuckling adventures with elements of fantasy, mysteries, political thrillers, and science fiction. The stories within the Tintin series always feature slapstick humor, offset in later albums by dashes of sophisticated satire and political cultural commentary. Of course, I was first introduced to Tintin by watching the animated series produced by Nelvana Entertainment, which ran for 3 seasons from 1991 to 1992. With all 39 episodes based on 21 of the original Herge stories, and with very minor changes, it is considered to be the most faithful adaptation of the original comic series. Now, I couldn't agree more, as I had an absolute blast watching this series as a kid, and hope to one day own the complete series on DVD released by none other than Shout Factory.
And just recently, 2 of the greatest filmmakers of all time, Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson, have made, believe it or not, an animated motion picture based on the famous boy reporter. So, released on December 21st, 2011, the movie is The Adventures of Tintin.
Now, because the movie is still in theaters, at least I think it's still in theaters, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. Well, anyway, I won't spoil anything major for you. On to the review. Having bought a model ship, the Unicorn, for £1 off a market stall, Tintin is initially puzzled that the sinister Mr. Sakharin should be so eager to buy it from him, resorting to murder and kidnapping Tintin. While he's on a cargo ship bound to Morocco, accompanied by his marvelous dog Snowy, Sakharin has bribed the crew to revolt against the ship's master, drunken Captain Haddock. But Tintin, Snowy, and Haddock escape, arriving in Morocco at the car of the Sheik, who also has a model of the Unicorn, in hopes to retrieve it from him in order to solve a 100-year-old mystery before Sakharin does.
Now I bet you're wondering, what are my thoughts on this movie? 5 simple words. Best animated film of 2011. Kinda awkward since it's now 2012, but that's beside the point. Now, before I go into detail about why I love this movie, let's move on to trivia time.
The film is based on 3 of the original Tintin comic stories: The Crab with the Golden Claws from 1941, The Secret of the Unicorn from 1943, and Red Rackham's Treasure from 1944. It is the first animated film Spielberg has ever directed. Spielberg acquired the rights to produce a film based on the Adventures of Tintin series following Herge's death in 1983, and re-optioned them in 2002. Filming was due to begin in October 2008 for a 2010 release, but release was delayed to 2011 after Universal opted out of producing the film with Paramount, who provided $30 million on pre-production. Eventually, Sony chose to co-produce the film along with, believe it or not, Nickelodeon Studios.
Now, as you may have heard, yes, the movie is animated with motion capture. And as I have stated before in my review of Mars Needs Moms last year, I I am sick and tired of motion capture. Seriously, if animators really wanted to make their characters look realistic, then why not just film the movie in live action? It's not that hard. And that's still kinda true, but I also stated...
But that doesn't mean all motion capture is terrible. For instance, Monster House was a very good movie, and the character designs made it a lot easier to accept the process. And the upcoming Tintin movie looks like it's taking that course as well. Plus, it's by the same studio that did Avatar, so you know it's going to be awesome.
And I was absolutely right.
Unlike the previous motion capture films I've seen, which were all done by Image Movers Digital, the motion capture for Tintin was done by Weta Digital. Yeah, the same studio that did the effects for Avatar, the 2005 King Kong remake, and of course the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So you know it's awesome. Jeez, deja vu. I mean, this is how motion capture should be done. The movements are very realistic, the character designs take their cues from Herge's original illustrations while still looking like real humans, and, most importantly, everyone's eyes are not dead and soulless. I mean, I almost forgot I was watching an animated film halfway through. I honest to God thought I was watching a live-action movie. Great job, Weta, and go to hell, Image Movers!
Now let's talk about the characters and the voice actors who brought them to life.
Our hero, Tintin, is voiced by British actor Jamie Bell, better known from his roles in such films as the 2005 King Kong remake, Jumper, and Billy Elliot. Now, a lot of people say that Tintin himself is a bland character and that everyone else is far more interesting. That may be true, but I still enjoy Jamie's performance in the movie. Yeah, he's British and the character is supposed to be Belgian, but at least they didn't get an American actor to voice him. Next up is Tintin's companion, the lovable drunk Captain Haddock, voiced by the great Andy Serkis, best known from his motion capture roles as Gollum from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, King Kong from the 2005 remake, and just recently, Caesar from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. He is hands down everyone's favorite character, including mine. He fits Haddock to a T, a sea captain who's always drunk and barely sober, who either gets Tintin into scrapes or gets him out of them. Plus, his role in the movie is a really important one, but I won't give it away for you. Then there's the villain, Sakharine, voiced by the current James Bond, Daniel Craig. This guy is the classic bad guy, conniving, scheming, highly intelligent, and is well trained with a sword. Now, to be honest, he wasn't a villain in the original Herge comics, but how they fit him into the movie as one is very well done and makes you believe the rivalry between him and Haddock. Now, there are other characters, like the bumbling police inspectors Thompson and Thompson. There really isn't anything I can say about them, except that they are the funniest characters in the movie and are exactly like their comic book counterparts, which is a really good thing.
Great Scotland Yard! That's extraordinary.
What is?
Worthington's have a half-price sale on bowler hats. Really, Thompson? This is hardly the time. Great Scotland Yard!
What is it? Cane's a half price
Are
too.
you going to take charge of this evidence?
Positively. Never fear, Tintin. The evidence is safe with us. Thompson, where are you? Oh, well, I'm already downstairs. Do try to keep up.
And now for my final thoughts on the film.
Overall, The Adventures of Tintin is a phenomenal movie. It brings back the feeling of Spielberg's past works like Raiders of the Lost Ark and reinvents it for a whole new generation. Not to mention does justice to the original Herge stories, with a few minor changes that I don't think anyone would mind at all. Also, John Williams' score for the film is by far one of the best he's ever done. Considering all of John Williams' scores are classics, but this just adds to how great of a composer he is. Now, I heard that there will be a sequel and that Peter Jackson will be directing and Spielberg will be producing, and after that, a third film co-directed by the both of them. If that's true, then I await with bated breath for more. I give this movie the highest rating of 5 gold stars. Steve, Peter, Herge would be proud of you too.
Well, that's all for now. Be sure to... Wait a minute. I just finished my 49th episode. Which means that next time will be my 50th episode. Oh God, what am I going to do for that? Oh, what movie would be special enough for me to review for my 50th episode? Oh God, I need to think. Be sure to join me next time for my 50th episode. Hopefully by then I'll have thought of something to review. See the movies, any movies that is. Oh God, what am I going to do for that?